So the single most important thing that you should take out of this video is that you have to sleep at least 7 up to 9 hours every single night. Great, perfect, easy enough. Well, now let's dive into all the cookery that'll happen if you don't do that. So from an evolutionary perspective, sleep is really odd. It incapacitates us, which makes us more susceptible to, well, death. 1/3 of our time is spent sleeping, and that time is extremely vulnerable to being attacked, to being hunted down by some other animals. So unless sleep had a very important evolutionary purpose, there's no reason for it to be there, and it absolutely does. So let's dive into the multiple types of sleep. So there's two broad categories of sleep, which is REM sleep and non-REM sleep. So REM sleep is also what is known as rapid eye movement. This is the stage of sleep that you usually have your dreams in. And what happens in REM sleep is that your eyes move rapidly inside your eye sockets, kind of like you're possessed. And at this stage, the amount of brain activity you have is quite high. It's nearly as much as when you're awake. At this stage of sleep, your body releases two neurotransmitters, GABA and glycine, which sort of paralyze your body so that you can't react to the dreams and hurt yourself in the process. So it's like an evolutionary protective mechanism against you hurting yourself during your REM stage. People who have a dysfunction in the release of these hormones usually would suffer from things like sleepwalking or night paralysis. And this is a fairly common condition, so you actually might know someone who suffers from this. Now let's dive into non-REM sleep. So non-REM sleep is divided into two broad categories. There's light sleep and then there's deep sleep. Now light sleep makes up the majority of the time you sleep, and it's the first stage of sleep that you enter when you go to bed. The next is deep sleep, and this is sort of like the physical restorative part of your sleep. It immediately follows light sleep and happens earlier on in your sleep cycle because it's the bare minimum kind of sleep you need to just recover your body. So from an evolutionary perspective, this is put first, that if you only get 2 to 3 hours of sleep, at least you get in your deep sleep. So each stage of sleep has its own essential functions, and I'm about to tell you what will happen if you skip out on any of these. So first, not sleeping enough can make you sick. So Alzheimer's is strongly associated to bad sleep. The glymphatic system, which is sort of like a cleansing system of the body, activates when you sleep, and it clears out what is known as beta amyloid plaques. Now, if any of you are familiar with Alzheimer's, you would know that the buildup of this plaque is what causes Alzheimer's. So sleep is sort of like brushing your teeth for the brain, where these beta amyloids are cleared out each night, and if you fail to get it, it can increase your likelihood of getting Alzheimer's. Now, apart from your brain, lack of sleep is also associated to cardiovascular disease. Now, every year in a number of countries, there's sort of like a worldwide experiment that goes on, and that's during daylight savings time. And a very shocking result comes out of this. So during the period of daylight savings, where the clocks go forward and you lose an hour of sleep at night, the prevalence of heart attacks goes up by 24% the following day. And on the day it goes back an hour and you gain an hour of sleep, the rate of heart attack goes down by 21%. Now think about that. This is just one of the studies that associates sleep and cardiovascular health, but what it suggests is even one night of bad sleep can increase your chances of getting a heart attack. Now let's get into the next point. Not sleeping can make you dumber. So that light sleep stage I talked about earlier is a very important stage because it's sort of like a mental refresh. So what happens during your light sleep is your brain clears away memories and thoughts that it considers to not be important. And what this does is it creates space for new thoughts to enter. So a study actually found that when you deny students their light sleep the night before, it drops their capacity to learn by 40%. Sleep after you learn something is even more important, and this is your deep stage sleep. So what happens in your deep stage sleep is that you take the memories and things that you've learned over the day, which are in sort of your active memory, and it takes that information from there and it takes it to parts of the brain where it gets stored in long-term memory. Now think about some things like tying your laces or brushing your teeth. When you first learn these things, they may have been fairly complicated, but after a while they become second nature. So this process of converting new skills and tasks that you learn and making them second nature to yourself, where they get embedded in your memory, happens during your deep stage sleep. Not getting enough sleep can hamper your creativity. So now what happens is during REM sleep, your brain creates associations between memories you have. So it takes what you've learned and your long-term old memories and things that you have, and it puts them together. It forms neural connections between these different parts, and that's how your creativity flows. Now, how does creativity work? You take things that you learn, you take things that you know, and you put them together in a new way that solves a problem. Now, if you're a writer, you go to sleep and you wake up with the thought for your next chapter, or if you're a scientist, you figure out how to fix that issue you were having with an experiment, or if you're a songwriter, you wake up with a melody or the lyrics that you were thinking about. Now, for example, Paul McCartney very famously came up with the lyrics of Yesterday after waking up, and he said they were just in his head. So REM sleep is a crucial stage where you put together your thoughts, different thoughts that you've had, the new things that you've learned, and it creates those sort of moments of creative spark. Now, the third thing that will happen if you don't sleep is that not sleeping can reduce your emotional well-being. So REM sleep is an important actor for emotional well-being. This is where your body sort of deals with those emotional hardships that you're going through. So some of you may have dreams about things that, like your breakup or someone that you've lost, and you feel like you're never going to stop thinking about it. So that dream is actually great news from your perspective. You have officially taken a step in getting over whatever that emotional hardship is. When you dream about it, you're actually in the process of getting over whatever it is that's bothering you, and REM sleep is crucial for that. So REM sleep is also crucial for controlling the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is the emotional center of the brain, and what happens is it raises all those emotional feelings you get. But what the amygdala is controlled by is the prefrontal cortex, which is also the rational part of the brain. Now, when you don't get enough sleep, what happens is that the prefrontal cortex sort of crashes in its connectivity with the amygdala. So since the prefrontal cortex is crashed, your amygdala just takes over and plays haywire with your emotions. This makes you far more emotionally volatile. I get the feeling this is going to be hitting home with a lot of you all cranky non-sleepers. Finally, in regards to sleep making you unhappy, sleep is strongly associated with reproductive health. Now think about this. Men who sleep 5 hours or less have significantly smaller testicles than men who sleep 7 hours or more. Now, testicles is a test of testosterone. Testy. So if you have the balls, then get your 7 hours of sleep in. Now, my fourth point, not sleeping can hamper your fitness goals and make you uglier. And I don't mean just your personality. So the majority of your muscle growth and your fat loss happen when you sleep. So when you exercise, you stretch your muscles, you contract them, and this causes muscular damage. And when that muscle repairs, it comes back bigger and stronger. So this muscle repair process happens when you sleep. When you're in the deep stages of sleep, your body releases human growth hormone, which is an important actor in this muscle recovery. And when you don't sleep enough, you deny your body that recovery capability. Now again, as I said, fat loss happens while you sleep, and if you're not sleeping, you're going to hamper your body's ability to get rid of fat. To make matters worse, when you don't get enough sleep, your body increases the amount of the hormone ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, which makes you feel hungry. So now not only is your fat loss hampered, but you're also feeling hungrier and wanting to eat more, nonsensical stuff. Apart from these indirect effects, sleep can objectively change the way you look. Now, they did an interesting study in Sweden where they got these kids and they denied them a night of sleep. And next day, they had a sort of, beauty contest. They got 3 judges and they got them to judge the kids who had slept and the kids who had not slept. And they rated the kids who had slept significantly higher in terms of attractiveness. Now, I'm sure some of you felt this intuitively, but here's some evidence to back it up. So lack of sleep increases your likelihood of death from all causes. People who sleep 6 hours or less a night have a 12% higher chance of dying. Think about that. Anyway, I'm not going to scare you more on this, and I'm going to leave it at that. And let's go into something a little bit more positive about how you can actually improve the quality of your sleep. First, try and sleep at the same time every day and try and wake up at the same time every day. And by every day, I mean every damn day. I realize that this is hard to do, especially with weekends and all that kind of things, but for the majority of the time, you should sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day. Next, keep the room dark and keep the room cool. So at night, try and avoid those blue lights. Now, blue light is going to be a tough one for some of you all. That's the kind of light that comes out of your screen. So what blue light does is it inhibits the release of melatonin in your body, which is one of the things that makes you feel sleepy. It's an important part of your sleep mechanism, and by looking at bright lights in the evening, you're inhibiting it. Now, I understand that a lot of you probably like to watch TV when you sleep, so my workaround for that is at least purchase some blue light reflecting glasses. Now, these are not expensive and you can get them off Amazon, but I would definitely recommend that you want to minimize the amount of blue light that's entering your eyes, and at least the blue light reflecting glasses can help you. Ideally, you would avoid blue lights. Second, you gotta keep your room cool, and this is because you need to drop your core body temperature by 2 to 3 degrees in order to fall asleep. Now, this is why it's always easier to fall asleep in a cold room than it is in a hot room. A workaround for this that you can use is to take a warm shower before you go to bed. Now, it's a bit counterintuitive to take a warm shower to drop your body temperature, but what a warm shower does is it brings all your blood vessels and all the heat to the surface, and that way that heat is able to dissipate, which drops your core body temperature. So taking a warm shower before sleeping can help you fall asleep. If you're struggling to sleep, then don't try and force yourself to go back to sleep. Now, the issue arises here is because a lot of people get paranoid that, oh my god, I'm not getting enough sleep, and they start to worry and they try to force themselves. But that hardly works because it raises the anxiety you associate with sleep, and that anxiety is what's preventing you from sleeping in the first place. So I would say do another task like read a book or get up and do something, or try what I do. I try and meditate, or not really, a form of meditation. So basically what I do is I just count my breaths. When I can't sleep or when I'm feeling like my brain is racing, I'll just count my breaths, because what it does is it focuses my mind on a simple singular task, and that prevents it from just wandering around and feeling anxious, and I find it an extremely helpful way to go back to sleep. So another thing you want to do is avoid caffeine later on in the day. So what caffeine does is it blocks adenosine, which is one of the ways your body feels sleepy. Now, when you're going to sleep, you actually want that adenosine system to make you feel sleepy. Now, caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours. That means it takes 6 hours for your body to get rid of half the amount of caffeine in your system. Another thing you want to avoid is alcohol. Now, I know some of you think that alcohol helps you sleep. Now, alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, but it significantly diminishes the quality of your sleep. So alcohol is in the category of sedatives, and what this does is it sedates you to sleep, and sedation is not sleep. And this form of sleep, you miss out on a large portion of your REM sleep, and I just talked about what happens if you don't get that in. Finally, I want you to get this one concept out of your head. You cannot bank your sleep. So what I mean by this is you can't be like, oh, I'll sleep less during the week because I have these things to do, and I'll catch up my sleep on the weekend. That's simply not the way it works. You cannot get all the recovery benefits, what you've missed out during the week, and bank it and get it in at the end of the week. So that's my case for you to get at least 7 hours of sleep in, and if you don't do it, you will probably die a painful death. I'm just kidding, but get your sleep, goddammit. So that's all for today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one where I'm going to be talking about mindfulness. So look forward to that one, and I will catch you guys then.